Yep, and just like that, the Philadelphia Eagles season is over. It is done. I was going to come here yesterday. Last night I had a video ready. I was so off the handle, so pissed off and rowdy. I made 3 takes of the video. I was all over the place. And so, you know what? Just forget about it. And then I went into a very, very, very sad state of mind. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not in a bad state of mind because, how do I explain it? Did I truly, in my heart, think that this team could win it all this year again? I did, but I did not. Because this offense was god awful. Kevin Patullo, trash as fuck, man. I thought Press Taylor was bad back in 2018-19? I thought Mike Groh's got to go, all that. I thought he was bad. I thought Brian Johnson was bad. This guy takes the fucking cake, man. He's fucking trash as fuck. But I still thought, listen, there's so much talent in this team. Hey, they shown flashes like the Minnesota game. Or hey, they showed flashes like the Rams game, down 23-6, whatever it was, 23-3 at halftime, come back, boom, 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 boom. And it was like, okay, when they needed to do it, they could do it, but offensively, but they were holding back and just letting the defense win the games. And first half, they were good. Second half, they weren't. Like, so I said, maybe they're holding back in the playoffs, will do something. And I was completely wrong. You're at home against the 49ers. They had no linebackers. Down to like their fifth or sixth string linebacker, sorry. Eric Kendricks, who's he's a vet and all, you know what I'm saying? But he just got signed recently, and he did this, did that, and they have no one. This is not Joey Bosa on the D-line. This is not Fred Warner at linebacker. And you don't do shit offensively. Nothing, bro. It's been the common theme all fucking year, man. And the run game, it started out looking good. It did. It looked good at first in the first half. Then it went to nothing. And then when Hurts goes to throw the ball, there's nobody open. And when there is somebody open, like A.J. Brown, he's dropping the goddamn ball. 3 big-time drops yesterday. Well, I'll say 2. The first one was actually kind of hard to get. He had to stick it out. There's 2 guys closing in. But the 2 other ones, especially the last one on that third down, that should have been caught. We got lucky Dallas Goedert caught it and saved them, basically. Smitty had a drop or 2. Barkley had a drop or 2. So we had chances. But still, it wasn't good enough. And it's kind of, I guess, a blessing that it happened like this. But I thought, back to what I was saying, once again, I'm all over the place now. I'm getting pissed off, whatever. I thought maybe they'll go on this run. You know, maybe they're holding back and the playoffs comes. They'll do like they did last year. They'll run the ball, and when they need to pass it, they'll just unleash some shit. Play calling, guys would get open, bang, bang, boom, boom, boom. I was wrong, man. Now, granted, the O-line being banged up all year did not help at all, especially on the right side. The right side of the line played very badly yesterday. They were not good. It really sucks. I'm sorry. I'm getting frustrated. But you know why I'm really mad is because my dumbass known this shit since week fucking 6. I knew it. I fucking knew. I said, this offense is not good. This play caller is not good. This is a vanilla, high school, middle school, preschool, whatever the hell you want to call it, offense. This is what the hell it is. This is shit that teams call in the preseason, bro. It's predictable. It's vanilla. It's prevent offense. I don't even know what you want to call it, man. Like, I can keep going on. It is garbage. And I knew it was, but I said I was holding out hope that this was bullshit, that they were so talented that they could play like this, and you know what, we'll hold back plays, we'll hold back this, we'll hold back that, and then flip something out when we need to, because they did it here and there in games, like, wow, where was that play? We've never seen that before. Oh, wow, they're going under center, we haven't seen them do that in a while. Oh, wow, this and that, wow. I thought it's all going to culminate, and it's all going to come together, and the playoffs come, and they're just going to go on this crazy tear, because they had the talent to do it, they did it last year, but I was wrong. And it's sad, because this defense was one of the best defenses in the NFL, if not the best defense in the NFL. One of the best defenses in Eagles franchise history got wasted. And Vic Fangio, I am sorry, man. You're the MVP of this fucking team. You're the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. And you did, man. You did your shit, man, for us, man. And you did last year, too. And this year, you did as best you could to win this game. They won us most of the games, the defense this year. And they almost won us this game. I know it started out shaky. Quinn Young got beat a couple times, which is shocking. He never gets beat. But he responded with 2 interceptions. And he got a fumble near the end of it before halftime at Brock Purdy, so he got 3 turnovers in the game. Definitely, redeemed himself, I should say, for giving up 1 touchdown. The first touchdown he's given up, all season or something? Whatever. But here's the issue. We got to go on now to the offseason. I don't give a damn about the 49ers, the playoffs, all that shit. Doesn't matter. Kevin Patullo has to go. And, I'm blaming Kevin Patullo, but I also blame Nick Sirianni. 1,000%. I blame Nick Sirianni. And you know why? I blame him. I blame Howie. I blame Jeffrey Lurie. I blame them all. But really, I blame Nick Sirianni a lot. Because he was, I blame Howie too, because he gave him the authority to hire Kevin Patullo. You handed over a Super Bowl roster, a Super Bowl defending championship offense and defense. And this ain't a Super Bowl team that wins and lost every single one of their players. No. We still had the whole offense intact. Still had damn near all the defense was better this year than it was last year, to be honest with you. That's how good it looked at points in this season. It was better than last year's defense. You had a chance to go back-to-back. You had a chance, and you hand the keys to a first-time play caller, a guy who you can give this offense to a guy, to make this guy offensive coordinator who has never called plays at any fucking level, let alone the NFL. What the fuck are you guys thinking, man? And I get it. They wanted to give Sirianni the benefit of the doubt. Hey, listen, man, you end up winning the Super Bowl, you can pick your guy. And he's been here for 4 years? He's been here the whole damn time since Sirianni's been here. Develop him, move him on up. Well, let me tell you something. When we made the Super Bowl, Shane Steichen got hired as a head coach of the Colts. We lost him. And we did the same thing. We hired Brian Johnson. We hired from within. That didn't work at all. Fired. Brian Kellen Moore went to the Super Bowl, won it. Kellen Moore got the head coach job with the Saints. And now what happens? Oh, now it's Kevin Patullo is the head coach. Is the offensive coordinator, sorry. But what's funny is in between those years, if you notice something, when there's not a Shane Steichen or not a Kellen Moore, even when there was a Kellen Moore, just half, sometimes you would see a glimpse, that's what I was going to get to, of a Nick Sirianni offense. Last year, if you guys remember, there was glimpses where it was like, okay, that looked like Kellen Moore calling the plays. That looked like Nick Sirianni's offense from 2021. Or that looked like when Shane finally took over play calling, it was Shane Steichen's offense. Because that exact offense you saw, how good it was in 2022, is what you see the Colts was running. And looking very good in offense. Guys at least were getting open. There was plays to get guys open. There were schemes. There was stuff. And in 2023, went to Brian Johnson, and it was almost like, okay, we hired from within, and Nick Sirianni finally gets to run his offense again. He goes, okay, here's my playbook. Here you go, Brian Johnson. You call my plays. Basically, it's Nick Sirianni's offense. Nick, it is your offense, man, and they're the scapegoat. Well, it failed miserably in 2023, and what happened? We fire this guy, and we bring in Kellen Moore, because Howie Roseman said, you know what? We got to bring in a guy. And you still try to get involved in the offense. You fucking still try to. And you almost fucked us, but you didn't, because Kellen Moore is that good and that experienced as a play caller that even when we did sometimes call your garbage-ass plays, he knew the time and place of which plays to call at that moment, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not trying to blame Sirianni. Am I saying fire him? Hell no. That would be ridiculous. And I love Kevin Stefanski. There's some guys I like. There is, but the guys won your Super Bowl last year, man. You can't do that. You can't. After 1 year coming off the Super Bowl, and went to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. But what I'm saying is, they go to Kevin Patullo now. Back on track. They go to Kevin Patullo, and it looks just like 2023 all over again, if not worse. And you know why it looks worse? Because Brian Johnson, when he was here, at least called plays at some level. At the college level, when he was with... he was there at the Florida Gators, and he did some other stuff, and earned his way up. This guy never did shit. And you hand him one of the worst offenses and worst offensive playbooks, I would say, in the whole NFL in Nick Sirianni's. See, this is what I mean by you can blame Kevin Patullo, but Kevin Patullo is an extension of Nick Sirianni. That's literally what it is. They are both to blame. Hugely to blame. Especially Sirianni, where he's this offensive-minded head coach. He was hired as an offensive-minded head coach to call plays and do all that, and he couldn't do it, couldn't handle it. They handed it to Sirianni. It's like, you know the history. So now he's a CEO coach. But if something ever happened where we're in trouble, where, as you saw this year, Kevin Patullo was not good, when Sirianni should have stepped in by week 6 or 7, or made a change or did something, he couldn't do it. So you're an offensive-minded head coach, but can't call an offense. I don't understand that. So to save face, it's give it to Kevin Patullo, my playbook. Your shit sucks. And what's going to happen now is Howie Roseman is going to fire Kevin Patullo, or he's going to get demoted if he still wants to have a job in this league. Because I don't know who wants this fucking guy for anything, to be honest with you. He might be a nice guy. I'm hating him as a person, but I'm saying as a coach, he is awful. Awful. He was unprepared, and you gave him this team. That's pathetic. Howie Roseman's going to have to look himself in the mirror as well. So, we got to go get a proven offensive coordinator in here. I don't know if it's a Todd Monken, Todd Monken, Brian Daboll, Cliff Kingsbury, Mike McDaniel. That's also what I was going to say. We're very, very, very lucky that there is loaded with guys out there. This is almost like 2024 over again when there's a couple of guys out there you can snatch. But he's going to have to say, pull this week, Sirianni to the room, go, listen, Patullo's demoted or he's fired, one or the other. We don't care. We're bringing in a guy who is going to be exactly like Vic Fangio. What I mean is, Vic Fangio runs that defense. He picks who plays, who sits, who starts, which means who plays. He runs the whole operation on defense. It's his defense. He does that. He's to say, offensively, it's going to be the same damn thing. We're bringing an offensive-minded guy. He's going to fix and tool this offense. Yes, you can have a little input and sit there and help and da-da-da-da, but your job is to coach this team. Just coach them, practice them hard, get them riled up, show them footage and this and that, da-da-da, and that's it. Hands off on the offense. Because the second time one of your buddies or one of your boys on the roster we gave on the staff, we gave them a job, and this shit looks even fucking worse. And when the main guys leave to go get head coaching jobs, we fall off a cliff with probably the most talented roster in the NFL. Especially, you could argue, offense. Us, and you could say maybe the Bengals and this team. There's a lot of good talent teams, there is. But the Bengals don't have a running back like Barkley. If you get what I mean, that's how talented this team is. It's got Saquon, AJ, Smitty, it just, whatever. He's going to have to take a look in the mirror. But this is the issue you're going to run into. I would love Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll worked with Jalen Hurts, and he has history with Nick Sirianni, they say, and he has all this and all that. But this is the thing. If he does good here for a year, you know what? Because of how bad he was with the Giants as head coach, I give it 2 years. 2 years max here, and he'll be a head coach somewhere else. That's the issue. It's going to be a revolving door, a cycle of hiring guys and just leaving and losing them to head coaching jobs. They're going to keep poaching our guys, poaching our guys. But if you're an offensive guy who was just a head coach or want to move on and try to be a head coach again or whatever, you come here and you do one good year here, you're a head coach automatically, instantly again. Unless you're Daboll, because it was so bad near the end with the Giants. He only had one good year, really. But that's what I hate, though. It's a revolving door. Until you can get the head coach to call the plays as an offensive guy, then it's fixed. You don't have to worry about this ever again. How do the Chiefs never worry about it? Because Andy Reid calls the plays. Andy Reid designs the plays. He does it all. How does the 49ers never worry about it? They have Kyle Shanahan. Does it all. The Rams. Sean McVay. I mean, the list goes on and on. But it's not always successful when you hire an offensive-minded guy. Like, there's guys these guru geniuses get the jobs and they suck. Look at Daboll. He was an example. But like I'm saying, I was against at first Todd Monken. But then I said, you know what? Maybe I'm for it. What is he, 60-something years old, the guy? He's been in the league for a long time. He was with the Ravens the past 3 years. Lamar won an MVP during his tenure and also had a damn good season last year, if you remember. He was 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions passing, and I think he had a couple rushing touchdowns too. He was awesome. Derrick Henry was awesome. This year was a fall off, we get that. But you don't have to worry about losing him to a head coaching job. He's like the Vic Fangio that you need of offense. So he might be a good person to hire for the job. That's the only thing I can think of at this very, very moment. Listen, I can keep rambling on. Our season is over. All I have to say is Kevin Patullo must be fired, and fired quickly, man. That piece of shit cannot stay on this goddamn team. It can't continue to happen. And I'm hoping it comes by, today's what, Tuesday now? Wednesday. I hope to God he is here. He is off this roster. But our season's over because of incompetent play calling on the offense. If we had a competent play caller, I almost guarantee we go back-to-back. Or get close to going back-to-back. Or go to the Super Bowl and lose, whatever. So, you know what? It's actually better be lost now. I'm still disgusted that I fell for it. I'm an idiot for falling for it. But there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that's going to go on this whole week. They're already arguing about Hurts and this and that, and it's like, dude, you can blame, but you can't really. He was handicapped. He was cuffed. He was handcuffed. Couldn't really do what he wanted to do in the inside the offense. Given no one is open. The routes are shit. Everything's shit. It's whatever though, man. Everyone's gonna complain to me nuts week, but I'll be back here later this week with another video because I know some news is gonna break. Something's gonna pop. But Kevin Patullo, get the fuck up on out of Philly. Go Birds.